Welcome back to my channel Cyber Network. The universe is vast, filled with wonders and mysteries. Just as the cosmos has its celestial guardians, so too does the digital world. The internet, a sprawling network, faces constant threats. Protecting this digital universe requires ethical hackers. They map out the digital landscape searching for vulnerabilities. Motivated by a desire to protect, they make the digital world safer. They are the guardians of the digital galaxy. At first glance, the term ethical hacking may seem contradictory. How can hacking, often associated with criminal activity, be ethical? The answer lies in intent and methodology. Malicious hackers, driven by personal gain or malicious intent, exploit vulnerabilities for their own benefit. They steal data, disrupt services, and cause harm. Ethical hackers, on the other hand, operate with permission and within legal boundaries. Their goal is not to exploit vulnerabilities for personal gain, but to identify and help fix them. They act as allies, working with organizations to strengthen their defenses and protect against real-world attacks. Ethical hacking is a controlled and authorized form of hacking. It's like a safety inspection for your computer systems and networks. Just as a building inspector identifies structural weaknesses, ethical hackers uncover vulnerabilities that could be exploited by malicious actors. Becoming an effective ethical hacker requires a diverse skill set. It's not just about technical prowess. It's about combining technical expertise with a keen eye for detail, a creative mind, and unwavering ethical principles. Firstly, a strong foundation in computer science is essential. Ethical hackers need to understand how computer systems, networks, and software work. They should be proficient in programming languages, operating systems, and networking protocols. Secondly, problem-solving skills are crucial. Ethical hackers must be able to think critically and creatively to identify vulnerabilities and devise solutions. They need to approach challenges from different angles, thinking like both attackers and defenders. Thirdly, communication skills are vital. Ethical hackers need to effectively communicate their findings to technical and non-technical audiences. They must be able to explain complex technical concepts in a clear and concise manner, providing actionable recommendations for improvement. Imagine embarking on a journey through an uncharted territory. You wouldn't just set off without a map, would you? Ethical hackers begin with reconnaissance, gathering information about a target system. This phase provides valuable insights into the target's attack surface. Scanning tools probe the network for open ports and vulnerabilities. Mapping the digital terrain helps identify potential weaknesses. Section 5. Vulnerability Assessment. Finding the weak links. Once the reconnaissance phase is complete, ethical hackers move on to vulnerability assessment. This stage involves identifying and evaluating security weaknesses in the target system or network. Think of it like a building inspector meticulously examining a structure, looking for cracks, leaks, or other structural flaws that could compromise its integrity. Ethical hackers use a combination of automated tools and manual techniques to uncover vulnerabilities. They might use vulnerability scanners to automatically scan systems and networks for known weaknesses. These scanners compare the target's configuration against a database of known vulnerabilities, flagging any potential issues. However, automated tools alone are not enough. Ethical hackers also employ manual testing techniques to uncover vulnerabilities that automated tools might miss. This could involve reviewing code for security flaws, testing input validation mechanisms, or attempting to exploit known vulnerabilities to assess their impact. Section 6. Exploitation, ethical breaching for a safer tomorrow. Now comes the part that often raises eyebrows: exploitation. But remember, ethical hackers operate with permission. They're not trying to cause damage, but to demonstrate the real-world impact of vulnerabilities. Ethical hackers attempt to exploit identified vulnerabilities to assess their severity and potential impact. This controlled exploitation helps organizations understand the real-world consequences of a successful attack. For instance, an ethical hacker might try to bypass authentication mechanisms to gain unauthorized access to a system. This could involve exploiting a weak password policy, a vulnerability in the authentication protocol, or a social engineering technique. By successfully exploiting a vulnerability, ethical hackers can demonstrate the potential damage that a malicious actor could inflict. This provides organizations with the evidence they need to prioritize remediation efforts and allocate resources effectively. Section 7. Social engineering, the human element. Technology is only as strong as its weakest link, and often that weak link is human. Social engineering preys on human psychology, manipulating individuals into divulging sensitive information or granting unauthorized access. Ethical hackers understand this and incorporate social engineering assessments into their work. They assess an organization's susceptibility to social engineering attacks, identifying areas where employees might be vulnerable. This might involve conducting phishing simulations, where employees receive realistic-looking emails designed to trick them into clicking on malicious links or revealing sensitive information. The goal is to educate employees about social engineering tactics and empower them to identify and avoid these threats. Ethical hackers might also conduct physical security assessments, testing the effectiveness of physical security controls, such as access badges, security guards, and surveillance systems. By identifying weaknesses in physical security, organizations can improve their overall security posture. Section 8. Physical security, beyond the digital realm. While ethical hacking often focuses on digital systems and networks, physical security is equally important. After all, a determined attacker could bypass even the most sophisticated digital defenses if they can gain physical access to critical systems or data. Ethical hackers assess physical security by trying to gain unauthorized access to restricted areas such as server rooms, data centers, or offices where sensitive information is stored. They might attempt to tailgate employees, bypass security checkpoints, or exploit weaknesses in physical security controls. The goal is to identify vulnerabilities that could allow an attacker to physically access sensitive assets. By testing physical security measures, ethical hackers help organizations identify and address weaknesses in their physical security posture. This might involve improving access control measures, enhancing surveillance systems, or providing security awareness training to employees. Section 9. Reporting and recommendations, securing the future. The work of an ethical hacker doesn't end with finding vulnerabilities. The final and crucial step is reporting their findings and providing actionable recommendations for improvement. Ethical hackers document their findings in a detailed report, outlining the identified vulnerabilities, their potential impact, and recommended remediation steps. They explain complex technical concepts in a clear and concise manner using non-technical language that stakeholders can understand. The report should prioritize vulnerabilities based on their severity and potential impact, allowing organizations to focus on addressing the most critical issues first. The recommendations should be actionable, providing specific steps that organizations can take to remediate the identified vulnerabilities. This might involve patching software, updating configurations, implementing security controls, or providing security awareness training to employees. Section 10. The evolving threat landscape. The world of cybersecurity is in a constant state of flux. New threats emerge daily, and attackers are continually developing new tactics and techniques to exploit vulnerabilities. Ethical hackers must stay ahead of the curve, constantly learning and adapting to the evolving threat landscape. They need to be familiar with the latest attack vectors, vulnerabilities, and security best practices. This requires continuous learning and professional development. Ethical hackers attend conferences, participate in online forums, and pursue certifications to stay up to date on the latest trends and technologies. They also need to be adaptable and creative, thinking like attackers to anticipate new threats and develop innovative solutions. The ability to think outside the box and approach challenges from different angles is essential for success in this field. Section 11. Ethical hacking, a shared responsibility. In the digital age, cybersecurity is not just the responsibility of IT professionals or ethical hackers. It's a shared responsibility that requires the participation of everyone. Individuals, organizations, and governments all have a role to play in creating a safer digital world. Individuals can protect themselves by practicing good cyber hygiene, such as using strong passwords, being wary of phishing attacks, and keeping software up to date. Organizations need to prioritize cybersecurity, investing in robust security measures, providing security awareness training to employees, and partnering with ethical hackers to identify and remediate vulnerabilities. Governments play a crucial role in establishing cybersecurity standards, promoting collaboration, and supporting research and development in cybersecurity technologies. By working together, we can create a safer and more secure digital world for everyone. If you like my video, please subscribe and share my channel, Cyber Network.